tornadoes right in this area. So hauling inland at about 70 miles an hour. And when thunderstorms are moving that quickly, it's very hard for the radar to keep up with it. And we've even seen the tornado warning now shaved back a little bit. So places on over toward Freedman, out toward Edisto Beach, you're in the clear right now. But look at this, back toward Adams Run, right around Pon, Jacksonboro, those are the spots where this thunderstorm is headed. This is the Edisto River right in the middle of that. Highway 17 right there. This is going to be right on top of Highway 17 very quickly. We saw some of that in Jericho a little bit earlier. There's Adams Run. So Adams Run, please be in your safe place right now. There's Jericho. And this will continue to push right on over toward Highway 17 between 174 and the Edisto River. There's your circulation right there, your rotation right there, right around Adams Run is where that circulation is going to continue to pass. So this thunderstorm moving very quickly inland, 70 miles an hour, just hauling through the area. And these thunderstorms will continue to push off to the north. There are some of the power outages that we're seeing. So there have been power outages out toward Edisto Beach. And we're going to see even more of those as these thunderstorms come in off the ocean with the tornadoes. So yeah, this particular one, what do you have over there, Charleston?
There are plenty of power outages. You know, we were looking at, down towards Edisto, but I just did a quick refresh on Dominion Energy's site, and you can see there's plenty of power outages along Parker's Ferry and up towards closer to Willtown Bluff, Adams Run. So hopefully you have a way of receiving these weather alerts. This is going to continue. We have that tornado watch until 8 a.m.
Yeah, and those power outages are likely from the thunderstorm which passed through there a little bit earlier. So right now we've got the tornado watch out until 8 a.m. There's your tornado warning right along the Edisto River from Adams Run on over toward northern Colleton County there. And this will push right along the Edisto River. Just be very careful out there. These thunderstorms very quickly produce those tornadoes, and they very quickly dissipate as well. So we're watching even more of these thunderstorms off the coast. They're not big, but they are powerful, and they're powerful because they've got gusty winds. When they're moving at 70 miles an hour, if you get some of that air from where the thunderstorm is to mix down here to the ground, it's moving at 70 miles an hour. So that's going to do some damage. Even if it's just flipping over patio furniture or blowing over trash cans, it's going to cause some damage as it pushes through. So these thunderstorms moving so very quickly, our hurricane back in Georgia moving so quickly, it's moving off to the north now at about 25 to 30 miles an hour. So that's good for us because it'll take it out of here much more quickly. There's Macon, Georgia. It's already gone through Valdosta. Conditions improving dramatically in Valdosta, right along highway or I-16 here. That's where our storm is just about to pass across. So once this gets past I-16, things will start to look better around Savannah. So they're dealing with some heavy rain right now and some of those gusty thunderstorms blowing in off the Atlantic Ocean. So right now they've got the heavy rain. So we're expecting in general about 2 to 3 inches of rain for everyone throughout the low country for the entire storm total. Here at the station just on Thursday we picked up right over 2 inches, 2.05 inches of rain, and we're probably going to end up with another inch or so, maybe just a little bit more. Some neighborhoods will get just a little bit more. Flooding has never been a real issue with this storm system, and we are looking at high tide coming up. I believe it's about 4:30, 5 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
And with that high tide cycle, we do have a coastal flood advisory in effect, but the last high tide we saw didn't even make it to minor flooding status, and this one is going to be barely into the minor flooding status. So coastal flooding not really an issue. Storm surge certainly not an issue. The full moon flooding we saw last week from the high tides was much higher by about a foot or so, maybe even a little more than what we're going to see this morning. So there it is, south of Hollywood. We're watching that rotation in the thunderstorm as it pushes inland. Fortunately, it does look like that's broadening a bit as it pushes inland along the Edisto River, continuing back toward Highway 17 here around Pond, Jacksonboro, and that's going to continue to push a little bit farther inland. So tornado warning that continues until, let's see, what did we just get here? Marine warning. So they are watching some of those showers and thunderstorms yet off the coast here. So we've got more of those showers and thunderstorms out over the ocean, and now they're watching those for some rotation as well. And these are the ones that they're watching. So those are going to come on shore around southern Charleston County. So we'll continue to watch that. And slowly but surely that threat is going to march farther up the coast. Right now it's around Edisto Beach and inland of that point. Next up, Seabrook Island. Next up after that, Kiowa, then Folly Beach, then downtown Charleston, then Sullivan's, then Isle of Palms. So it's going to work its way up the coast over the next couple of hours. And anytime one of these stronger thunderstorms rotates in off the ocean, it has the chance of rotating. This one here, for instance, just by looking at it and my experience with these storms, that likely has a waterspout out over the Atlantic Ocean, because you see that little appendage on the backside of the storm. That's likely a waterspout. Waterspout moves inland, then we've got a tornado. So we're watching these tornado warnings pushing inland. The entire viewing area is under a tornado watch until 8 o'clock in the morning. So these conditions are going to continue. What do you have over there, Charleston?
Yeah, so in our chat, our producers and news director, they've been keeping me updated some, and now I'm looking at Dominion's site. So right now, it doesn't look like estimated restoration times with those power outages looking to be 8 a.m. And a lot of people in our Facebook messages right now, in our comments under this Facebook Live, saying that they're without power. So very important that sure, you're not watching this on TV right now, but you need to make sure that when this warning ends and you're going to go back to bed, you need to have that way of receiving those weather alerts. This is going to continue through the morning, like Dave said, that tornado watch in effect until 8 a.m. And we're continuing to see these rain bands work on shore, these storms working on shore, and there's plenty more that we're going to be watching as they work on shore. So again, we're looking at about, I'm pulling up a couple numbers right now, over 3,000 people without power just on Edisto Beach right now. Edisto Island seeing just over 1,200 customers without power, and then up into, looks like up towards the Willtown Bluff, Adams Run, along Parker's Ferry, 174, we're looking at about 800 people without power, and that's going to be closer to where this warning is right now. So very important that you have that way of receiving those weather alerts, downloading our ABC News 4 app or downloading our Storm Tracker app. Those are just two ways. Last night when we had that tornado warning in Charleston County at around 7 o'clock, I had my sound up and I was woken up to that tornado warning. So, that really helps when you have these apps downloaded.
And fortunately, Charleston, this is going to be in and out very quickly. Right now, we're sitting at 3:15 in the morning. I think within about the next 4 or 5 hours, we're going to be done with it. I know that sounds like a long time, but they put the initial tornado watch out at 7:30 yesterday morning. So we're looking at 24 hours of tornado watches here in the low country. So that is an incredibly long time. We're getting back on the tail end of that, but this could be the worst part of the storm because we're going to be closest to the center of circulation. Now, we're certainly going to see tropical storm force wind gusts, and we've already seen that. Wind gusts up over 40 miles an hour at the Charleston airport. Wind gusts up over 50 miles an hour in Beaufort. So, and down in Savannah, wind gusts up close to 70 miles an hour. So that's where the tropical storm force winds will really be. Right, and so some good news. It looks like that rotation has become just broad enough for the National Weather Service to cancel that tornado warning. So, if you've been in these areas,
that we've been mentioning, and you've been in your interior room, you are safe to come out. But one thing that we need to stress still is if you see damage outside your window, you cannot go outside and survey that damage. It's dark out. You don't know if the power lines are down. That can cause injury. That can cause, worse than that also. Just wait until the daytime and wait until, professionals can get out and survey that damage later on.
Yeah, go ahead and call the local authorities.
Yeah.
Make sure to call the police, the fire, EMS, whoever you need to come check out whatever's going on around your house, because they are the experts. They know what to do in these situations, and they can make sure that you stay safe. So it's not only necessarily during the event, but even after the event that it can be very dangerous. So just make sure to call the authorities if you do have some damage. Now, we're going to continue to watch these few thunderstorms. I really don't like the look of that one there at all, that will clip northern Hunting Island, headed toward Edisto Beach and inland.
Yeah, I'm seeing some good rotation on that one.
Yeah, I can tell just by the look of it. That looks like a water spout out over the ocean. A few of these farther out to sea, those could also have rotation, and those are going to start to come inland in Charleston County.
Yeah,
so there it is. Charleston's got
right
it up for you. And that's what I'm watching. It's that appendage on the back side of the thunderstorm that's showing the rotation. So that's what we're going to be watching coming on shore, maybe here around northern Hunting Island up toward the southern part of Edisto Beach there. So we'll continue to watch that. But we're going to take a little break right now. While we don't have a tornado warning, but we may be back here very quickly with more tornado warnings, and we're going to continue to see more of those throughout the morning. In the meantime, stay safe. Download the ABC News 4 weather app with that alarm in case there is a warning while you're asleep, and we'll get you more updates throughout the morning as we deal with the fringes of Hurricane Helene.